Consecration is born of an awareness of something that has happened. We are not trying to consecrate to receive. We have received. That's why we consecrate. Are you following me? See, she would not have a choice in the matter. Her white dress compels her not to come down. Just like how love compels us. Her white dress compels her not to come down. She wants to, but she's thinking that let them not say that grease has spoiled my cloth. All the love in her heart for this woman is not strong enough to get her from inside her car. Even if she saw somebody who was maybe that can maybe make her come down, something that is really fatal, like maybe life and death, and she's like, that means that that thing cannot even hold again that day. I don't know if you're getting my point. But something like coming down to help somebody retire, when she has number of mechanics that she can call, she can even give her money and say, I know one mechanic, I'm going to call my mechanic now. And she waits and calls her mechanic. And then I tells the mechanic to start coming down here. She can even wait for the mechanic to get there. But she will be inside that vehicle, she won't come out. Consecration is born of an awareness of something that has happened. See, they will not be begging you to pray. Neither will you be praying to make power happen. See, you cannot have big generator and you will not want to use it to power the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are some things that I hear these days, and this is why I'm very careful with walking around certain circles, because let me be on my own. Let me be happy in my own small space. God did not send me to, if in the process I become known or become popular, glory to God. My wife loves me, my child loves me, the men here, they love me. So it's okay, I'm very fine. See, there are things that I hear, and I wonder, where did we learn this thing from? Archbishop Bessie Dauza, he fasted for 50. Will you shut up your mouth? Babalola fasted, did this one, he did this other one, he did this other one. And then people are doing it and not having the same result. What people don't know is that one day, in 1928, he was riding his tractor on his own. And then he hears a voice that gives him the instructions that he's doing, which men have now turned to manual. He hears a voice that begins to instruct him. Something first happens. That thing that happens now causes him to behave in a certain way. It comes on him in 1928. The miracle of 1930 is not that miracle of him raising the dead was not the only one that happened there. That miracle of him raising the dead that became the thing that became the revival was the one that was popular. He was actually coming from praying for somebody when he heard the sound of somebody who was dead, a procession, and he went out to lay hands on that person. I don't know if you are following me. It's what has happened that will make you look for the sick. You know, when I see Christians who are very weak in their response, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. They don't know that they are wearing white. They don't know that they're wearing white. They don't know they're wearing white. So they're doing all sorts of things. They're entering under somebody's scarf. I'm like, Amado. They don't know that they're wearing white. Consecration is born of power. It's power that causes consecration. It's an awareness of power that makes a man to behave in a certain way. See, if you knew that there is snake on your seat, by wisdom, if you were not wise before, the presence of the snake on your seat will give you wisdom. You will not sit down. You can't sit down. There's something on that seat, and that thing is waiting for you. Come, Shebi, you have bum. Come and sit down. Shebi, you feel like I said anyway. The awareness of what is on that seat is what makes it impossible for what you want to put your bomb there. You can only sit down there if you did not know. But let's imagine you sat down there and you did not know. But somehow, somebody now said, and you thought that saw snake. Instantly, you will jump from that place. You can't go back there again. In fact, even if they've killed the snake, you probably won't want to sit down there because you're afraid that where did the snake come from to sit down there? There must be something wrong with this chair. Consecration. Consecration is not what a man does for power. What a man does for power is actually to obey what was for said. Wait, chill. And for all of us who are born again, our waiting has finished. Huh? We've received the power of God living on your inside right now. But does it not mean that, yes, there can be greater expressions day in, day out? The reason why there's greater expression is very simple. The more you do, the more problems you will face. And the more problems you will face, the more of the thing that's inside of you that you will bring out to deal with a bigger problem. I don't know if you get my point. If you started praying for people on a certain level, more will come. And the more that more comes, you will need to do more. Somebody will come with more, with a problem that seems bigger, even though the problems are not exactly big. The same power that deals with them. But when you now do something bigger, maybe you've been praying for people that had back pain. Now somebody came with hunchback. In the eyes of men, it's big. But in your eyes, if you really know this thing, it's the same power. So when you do the power of in the direction of the hunchback guy, men who are looking at you will say you have done much more. Not knowing that it's just the same power doing the same thing. Hello? Doctor, will I ever come up again this place? I want to know if I should. Let me just pause it here. If I don't come up, it's fine. If I come up again, it's fine. But let me just pause it here. Let me end it here. Are we together? All right. If I don't come up again, like, I've tried. Do you know what the joy for me to stand in front of the Swat Nation and minister? I blew. Don't worry. They put it beside Dr. Obama. He put doctor and then mom easy to did something like this. Yeah. Oh, I blew. All right, are we together? Let me round up. Let me round up. Are we together? Let me round up. The first thing I want you to know is that you have received power. And power is an ability to cause change. Jacob was aware that he had an ability to cause change. Could Jacob see it? If you ask Jacob to bring out his ability to cause change, he could actually bring the thing out. Just like you too. If I ask you to bring out your ability to cause change, you cannot exactly bring something out. But unlike you, Jacob was comfortable in what he could not see. We are looking at things which are seen. Instead of looking at things which are unseen. We are looking at the temporal. We are looking at our track record. The last time I prayed for madman slapped me. So we're looking at our track record. We're looking at the track record of our environment about us. Not knowing that there is something which is eternal, which is that you have received power. Pastor, how do I know I've received power? It's not hard. Just start telling yourself that you have received power. See, I'm still a very small child in my head. So it's not hard for me to tell myself something and believe it. But for those of us who are adulterated, those of us who are adults, sorry, for all of us who are mature people, matures, you now have stature. For those of you that have stature, let me tell you how to. People like us are statureless. When God says something, see, when I saw, there's something that people used to use many Bible verses to explain. And I saw it in one place, and my mind is at peace. John 3:16 says, "He that believes will not perish, but have everlasting life." I don't need 25,000 Bible verses to tell me why I have everlasting life. That's one place. I've sat down. Every other Bible verse is just helping me to, it's true, okay. Another place said it. Wow. Oh, wow. And maybe if I'm talking to somebody who is an adulterated person, I can now use plenty. Many of us are legal, we are lawyers for God. If we don't have sufficient points, we don't believe it. Whereas when God said it once, all of us read it twice. Once he spoke, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Yeah, so John 3:16 is enough for me for many, many things. I can preach many things for you from John 3:16, and I'm fine. Because the scriptures will not contradict that piece. So for many of us, we are, and it's not bad. I'm a very, very Bible person. As in, if you see me reading the Word of God, I read my Strong's Concordance. I dot my eyes, cross my teeth. But then when it's time to produce, that thing is not, that one is for me to know and be able to teach God's people and all. But when it's time to produce, I lose myself from that bondage. All right? How do you bring yourself to a place where you know? It's not hard. How did you get to know your name? It's repetition. So start by saying every 6 a.m. in the morning and 12 in the afternoon and 6 in the evening, I will go to my special place and I will say to myself, I have power inside of me. I will say it for 10 minutes. I have power inside of me. 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 I'll take my notes, like how they used to do for us in primary school. I'll write it in my education notes. I have power inside of me. I have power inside of me. It will look like as if you are mad. That's why I say you should be alone. These things I share with you are things that I do. I still do. So I have power inside of me. I have power inside of me. I have power inside of me. Power is inside of me. Power lives inside of me. Power rests in me. Power is inside of me. Power dwells in me. You know, the more you keep saying it, the more different variants of power inside of me. No wonder I said he has put treasure in earthen vessels. Oh wow. I have power inside of me. The glory of God is inside me. Wow, I'm God's glory. Wonderful. And the weight of glory is in me. Wow, are you serious? I'm God's son. Wow, I have power inside of me. So you think that's like is Rhema. You are speaking forth what is true. And then every time you are done speaking for 10-15 minutes, you see, this kind of prayer is the kind of prayer you should be doing. So when you're done speaking like that, try to make sure that between the time when you spoke those things and the time when you're going to speak again, you try to limit the times when you say things that are contrary to what you had said. I got one app one time. I'm trying to remember the name of the app. It was a word counter. When I saw the words that I used to use, the words I use the most, I fear God. Words like I can't, I won't, I cannot. Those kind of words. So you keep using words that are, you make sure that the words that you use, church, are we together? You know, there are some people that if you ask them something, if you ask them 20 things, they always say, I don't know. I don't know. They cannot even say, let me check. I don't know. Where is the bag? I don't know. Where's the shoe? I said, I don't know. And now, wow. When will you know? No, sir. When will you know? I don't know. Not even. You don't even know when you will know. Not even let me check.